What's up, everybody? It's Ruben Garcia, aka DJ Cazel, right here at Icon Radio, Icon Studio, and this is how it goes down. Check it out. We're Icon Radio. We have several different shows right here at the station, any genre from funk, old school, to even freestyle. We do it all right here in house music.
Yes, we do. We wanted to start a radio show where we could take all our creativity and bring it all together. Me and Cazel have been friends for years, and we've been in the business for years. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to get people that have been trying to get onto radio or even DJ on the air, and it's very, very hard to get onto radio stations. So we wanted to give people an opportunity and a format and to bypass all that, and that's why we wanted to start Icon Radio, was to help people out there that wanted to become a radio personality at one point and they just couldn't. So a lot of people now, back in the 90s, all their kids are growing up, and a lot of these parents, they want to pursue these dreams,
right,
young and older, and that's what we want to do here at Icon.
And it's crazy, it all started from my backyard. I had a show called Wicked Wednesdays, and we're doing everything from the backyard, messing around and doing what we did, and we had a chance to move it up to another station, and from there we're like, you know what, man, it's time for us to do something on our own, and we turn around and develop Icon Radio. Now here we are doing it.
And that's what we wanted to do. We were on local radios, on a local radio station, and we're thankful for all the stations that we've worked on. And I've worked on a lot of other internet radio shows myself. And when we got together to do this, it was awesome because I felt it was our time. Not only are we family men, but it was just everything fell into place. And the way me and Cazel would mesh was awesome. And our whole staff that we work with, that's the biggest thing right now that we focus on as a company, is we have to really get along. And we're going to argue and we're going to get into our disagreements,
right,
but that's why at the end of the day we come to an agreement and we roll with it.
Exactly. And it took us a long time to get where we're at, and we're blessed. And I just want to say thank you for everybody out there that's been supporting us since day one, who's been following me, my brother Bobby D, my wife Tanya, thank you very much for supporting me, and all my team and staff from DJ Cazel Presents, from Icon Radio. I love you guys, man. I really, really do appreciate it. And there's a lot more that's going to be going on. And Anthony can go ahead and tell you guys what we got going on.
We have a lot of stuff going on. We have a lot of events coming up. Not only do we DJ at them, we host them along with the other co-hosts, a lot of other radio personalities that are out there. And we all get along very well. This business that we're in is a very stressful business, and what I mean by that is it looks really fun,
right,
and when you're on stage and you're doing all that, you have expectations, you have people watching you. Not only that, you have an audience or a crowd that paid tickets to see a great show, so you got to make sure that as a DJ or a host that you go out there and you give them your all, because what we're doing is and it doesn't seem like it, but it's a lot of pressure. I mean, having these events, having these shows, flying people in, flying people out, getting them hotels, getting that one artist particular dinner that they want. There's a lot of that goes behind what we do. But with all that said, we do have a lot of great events coming up, and a lot of great
just stay posted.
Yeah,
check us out. Bobby D Presents, that's how it goes down. DJ Cazel Presents, Icon Radio. We're here, follow us. That's what's up.
Okay, what is one of the biggest challenges you face when creating this?
Biggest challenge, well, as anything else, there's always competition. So we try to be different than everyone else. And what we do is we give a lot of opportunity to a lot of these other younger generation to let their music be heard. And whatever ideas they have, we let them express it here on the station and go from there.
Awesome. And for people creating music and someone who's trying to do what you do, what kind of advice do you have for them?
You really have to be very dedicated when you get yourself involved with any type of radio or any type of industry that has to do with music. You really have to give it your all. To be in this business, I always tell a lot of the DJs and promoters or whoever's working with us, if you're out of sight, you're out of mind.
Right.
If you're not at these events, you're not going to know what's going on at the next event. So there's a lot that goes with this whole thing. So you got to really be out there in this industry.
Dedication.
A lot of dedication. We're tired. At the end of the day, we have kids that we take care of. Sometimes we bring them here to the studio, and it's you got to be 100% dedicated.
Exactly.
And when it comes to music, what is your favorite style? What would you prefer? What is your favorite style?
Oh man, dude, you want us to both answer at the same time?
You'd be shocked on my preference, but
He's more of a polka kind of waltz kind of guy. So, and now me personally, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I started off with old school hip hop, and when I was younger, I tried to go out there and to get known playing that type of music, and nobody was really feeling it. So this is like early '90s, you know what I mean? And I started hearing people start playing house. I'm like, what is this type of music? And I just started getting more into it, more involved, and learning more about the music. And I gotta say, man, I still love house music to this day, and that's pretty much what got me where I'm at right now, and moving forward and loving other genres of music. So I gotta say, house music. I still love funk, but house music is pretty much what kind of helped me out to get where we're at.
by far. I was just listening to Eric Murillo on the way here, and just that whole era of house music is where we came from.
Exactly.
And it's just an unbelievable, the way it makes me feel as a DJ and artist when I'm listening to that. And that's why when you go to a lot of these clubs, if you ever get a chance to go to a house club or an EDM club, those people are feeling it all night. They're dancing, and it's because of the music. You know, there's no breaks there. It's just people. It's just a wild,
just the
fun
vibe,
time.
the vibe, the bass, the crowd. Everyone's vibing off everyone. So I mean, me, like I said, me personally, I love house music. I love funk music, but I mean, if I had to pick one of them, I probably would say house music. I really enjoy it.
Can you tell us about your first show you did together?
Oh, wow.
Was that
Well,
nerve-wracking?
The first show we did together when we were skinny.
They're skinny.
It's hard. Early '90s. There was so many shows. There's so many warehouses that we broke into and actually did shows.
Yeah.
I just can't remember which one pinpoint.
There was just too many. Back in the '90s, there was only a handful of DJs. It wasn't like it was now.
Right.
And you had some that were, either on the radio, or you had some that were your underground DJs, and you had some that were your commercial DJs. So I think one of the first places that we actually got to do something together was a club called Delight. And there was a few other clubs that we would run into each other, but back then there was really not an MC in this whole era of music. So that was my opportunity, and I would kind of MC for a lot of the DJs. And then it got to the point where I got picky because I became pretty popular in the industry. So when it came to Cazel and wherever I was at, I would always jump on the mic and just rock it with them.
Exactly. We would see each other when he shows up to a show. They'll see me on tails. Where's the mic? Bam. He'll jump on it. And I mean, this goes back way to the early '90s. Like I said, warehouse functions. We used to break into the warehouses in downtown LA, go in there, and there used to be a ranch, El Monte. We used to do shows out there. That's probably where you're talking about Delight, Alexander Hotel, Club Carnival. I mean, there were so many clubs that we did together and rock. But I think one show that I think that we did, and it was really historic for both of us, was Kings of the West.
Kings of the West.
A Microsoft Theater. We were able to open up for Ice Cube, for Snoop, for Cypress Hill, and we both rocked it like we did when we were kids, and we just did it on a higher scale. So I think that was a more iconic one for us.
It really was, because it not only did it open doors, but it showed a lot of people what we were capable of.
Exactly.
As far as our DJ skills, MCing skills. And people ask me, and they ask Cazel all the time, how did it feel going out there? And it was nerve-wracking. It was very nerve-wracking, because the main person that we had to really show that we could do this job was the promoter, not the people. The people we could rock, but the promoter had it's just like a job.
Right.
Your job, you got 90 days to pass the probation. Well, we had 4 hours. I had 4 hours to pass this probation, and it was nerve-wracking. But that's got to be probably the most iconic.
It was,
moment.
man. That was definitely a moment we're definitely both going to cherish.
Yeah.
And it was, like you said, it was really, really nerve-wracking. You know what I mean?
It was.
Just to be up there from all those 10,000 people, I believe there was. And I had to be up there to open up for each artist that came up, and every break had to make sure I kept the crowd pumping, kept everybody on their feet and having a great time. And him, we just worked like clockwork. You know what I mean? Like, he knows when I'm going to go on, and he knows when I'm going to play a certain song or how I'm feeling. So it's like clockwork when me and him work together. So it was awesome. So I'm definitely going to say Kings of the West was a great show for both of us.
I agree.
So you have a good partnership, being able to read each other.
Yes.
Is it easy to read when you know you're losing the crowd? Is it easy to tell, and you know when to switch it up?
Well,
I could say, I mean, as a DJ, yes, definitely, because there's two different parts of it. Like I said, he's the MC. He's also a DJ too. He's an MC, so he has to learn what to say and how to pump up a crowd. Same thing as a DJ, I'm going to have to learn what to play and what not to play. So you got to kind of fill the crowd and look at the crowd and say, okay, look, I got an old school crowd here, so I got to play this one jam to get them going, or there's a house crowd here. Okay, well, I got to get this one jam to get them going. And it's just a risk. You know, every time you go on those turntables and you perform out there on stage, you really don't know what you're going to get. So you got to test it. You'll play a certain song and people are feeling, okay, cool, now I'm going to go into that genre, I'm going to take it here. And if you know people are not really feeling that song and they're going back, we got to change it back to that next genre what people are feeling. So, I mean, for me as a DJ, yeah, it's you can read them like anything else, but it's very hard. You have to, I mean, it took me a long time to learn it because I used to play what I wanted to hear. Oh, I love this song, I'm playing it, you know what I mean? And then you see everybody's like, what is this guy playing? You know what I'm saying? And I just had to learn what people like. And, you know, we're entertainers, so we have to entertain the people and give them what they like, you know?
What does music mean to you?
Well, our slogan here at Icon Radio, music is life. You know what I mean? It's an everyday thing for all of us, whether you're sad, mad, whatever feelings or emotions you're going through, that just pretty much takes it away. You know, it takes it to a whole different area in your life where you can just get away for a little bit. So to me, music is definitely life.
and it's really the soundtrack to your lives. As we're growing up as kids, I remember my mother playing Luther Vandross, and I remember her playing Tina Marie.
Right.
And every time I would hear that throughout my years, it really gave me a soundtrack to my life. It gave us a signature as a family. So if we had that certain song that went on, we remembered it. So everything that we play now is a soundtrack to our lives. And I always say this quote that I got from the Eagles, but some dance to remember, some dance to forget. And what I mean is, some people want to dance to have a good time, and some people want to remember those old times, those crying times, those happy times. And that's what music really is. It's a soundtrack to our lives as kids. And that's basically how I look at it.